What's up everyone, this is Asadullah Chaudhary, and today I decided to make a video series about how to make a web page layout for your website. So I'll go from basic to advanced level. So this is going to be the layout number 1. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to open up my text editor, and as you can see I'm using Sublime Text Editor 3, and you can use whichever you like, but do not use Dreamweaver. Okay, so I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to save this file inside a directory that I'm going to create now. The directory name is going to be layout 1. And since it's going to be an HTML file, so I'm going to name it index.html. I would need another file. This time it's going to be a CSS style sheet, so I would like to put my CSS style sheets inside public and then CSS directory. So I'm going to create a public directory over here, public, and the public directory will be containing the CSS directory, and CSS directory is the one where I supposed to save my style sheet. So I'm going to name my style sheet style.css. so we are good to go now. So I'm going to generate my basic markup. There it is. Line number 4 is going to be meta chart set UTF-8. This character encoding is mandatory for your HTML pages, so you'll have to use this line number 4 always. Alright, so the title is going to be layout number 1. Alright, so now I have to link my external style sheet. All I have to write the link and the markup is ready for me. So now I'm going to write public CSS and the style.css. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to open up Microsoft Paint because I'm a little handy with it. So you can use either Microsoft Paint or Photoshop or whichever software you like. Or if you don't want to like to use any kind of software, or you don't know how to use those softwares, so you can even use a lead pencil and a paper to make the sketch. Alright, so now let me go ahead to start my work. I'm gonna create a layout over here, and the layout is gonna be like this. I'm gonna make the same layout as this one. Alright, I'll go step by step so you won't be missing anything. Okay, so let's suppose this is your main container, and I will write the details on the left side. So this is gonna be div id wrapper or container, whatever. Alright, so this wrapper is gonna contain, let me show you. This wrapper gonna contain, at the top it's gonna be the header, and then the navigation bar, and then the middle portion. Alright, so first I'm gonna create a header. I mean, if you plan your web pages like this, your life would be so easy. Okay, so this is gonna be the header. Alright, the header will be containing the logo as well. I'm talking about this part, the orange box. Logo is gonna be here, and right underneath the header I'll have to put my navigation menu. I'm talking about this one, the orange bar, actually the yellow bar. I mean, it's not mandatory that your page layout should be same as like this. It could be different one. So I'm just gonna give you an idea that how you can make the web page layouts. So you can make on your own any kind of layout. Alright, so I just gave it a yellow color, and it's gonna be div id navbar, so I would create another box right underneath this navigation bar. So that's gonna be, I should use a black color instead. I'm using the black color because the box I'm gonna make now, it won't be visible to you, but it will be a container that will be containing two of the columns. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This little black border, I'm gonna give it an ID, and the ID is gonna be content. Alright, and this content container is now going to contain two of the boxes, this one and this pink one. Alright, so now let me go ahead to make both of these. The first box is gonna be this one, here's the background color, and now I'm gonna create the box available on the right side. This one. Alright, so what else is remaining? As you can see, the footer is remaining now. Okay, and before going further, I would like to write the code over here. I mean, as I written the code at the top, so I'll be continue writing the code right underneath the black box. Okay, so the code is gonna be div id left panel and the next line of code is gonna be div id right content. It could be right content or anything, whichever you like. Actually, I'm running out of room. I should decrease the font size. How about 28 pixels? Yeah, 28 pixels looks fine. Alright, so now the footer is remaining. So now let's go to the footer part. How about green color for the footer? Sea green color. Okay. This time the markup is gonna be div id footer. That's it. So now I'm going back to my text editor to write the coding. Okay, so first, as you can see, first of all I need a wrapper. I'm talking about the gray line. Div, I'm gonna give it an ID which is gonna be wrapper, and the wrapper is containing rest of the other elements. The first one is header, the second one is navbar, and the third one is content. It's gonna be the container. I think I should use container instead of content over here. Okay, so let me make the changes, and it's gonna be div id container, and I missed out one thing, and that was this orange box. I'm talking about the logo. The header is containing the logo. Let me add up some room. Okay, div id logo. Alright, perfect. Okay, so the header is that's what's containing the logo. So now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna expand the header tag, and in between the header I'm gonna put my logo ID, which is gonna be logo. Okay, perfect. This is header, this is navbar, and right underneath the navbar I have to make another container, and this time it's gonna be ID container, and this container will be containing two of the other elements, the left panel and the right content. Left panel and right content. Alright, so what else is remaining? The footer is remaining now. Div, I'm gonna give it an ID, and the ID is gonna be footer. Now let me go step by step. First of all, let's suppose you googled and you got the inspiration, and then you decided that my layout must look like this. So at that time you will need to create this kind of layout. So as I have just showed you that I have typed all of my markup within, I guess, 5 minutes, 5 minutes or so. So your life would be so easy. Alright, so now let me open this up into my browser, and the browser is gonna be Mozilla Firefox, because I would love to use its developer tools. I'm just gonna click right and inspect element, style editor. As you can see, my style sheet has not been appeared yet, so all I have to do is to add up some text. Author Asad. If I go back and refresh the browser, and here you can see my style sheet has been appeared. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna write the reset rule, and it's gonna be asterisk, the braces, and padding is 0, the margin is 0. Okay, so now I'm gonna target the wrapper. Wrapper means the page wrapper. Border solid gray. I'm gonna use the same colors that I used in Microsoft Paint. Gray color. Okay, so then I have to create a div tag that I have already created, and I just need to apply the styles to my header. Okay, for this I have to go to W3 schools, because I have to pick some color codes. This color, and I'm going to target the header. I'm going to give it some height. Height is going to be 100 pixels, or how about 150 pixels? I think 100 pixels is better. Okay, and the background color is gonna be this one, the one I just selected. Okay, so let me add up some paddings, and as you can see, I'm applying the padding property to my wrapper, the main page wrapper. And how about 10 pixels? Yeah, I guess a 10 pixels looks perfect. It's all up to you, whichever way you like. I mean, if you don't want to like to apply the padding property, it's all depends upon you. I'm just showing you how it gets things done. Now I'm going to target the logo. Height is going to be 100 pixels. Width is going to be 150 pixels. Background color is going to be orange. I'm going back to W3 schools because I have to collect the orange color. That was this orange, I guess. It seems a little darker. Okay, I got the color, and now I have to paste the color. So as you can see, this is my logo part. But let me see if it look like same as the one I made in the paint. Okay, so I have to add some paddings inside the header. How about 10 pixels? This looks perfect now, isn't it? Okay, so now I have to create this navbar. So I'm gonna target the nav bar. Height is gonna be 50 pixels, and margin, I'll apply the margin property later. I'll show you why. Okay, so let me get the color for this. Color is gonna be yellow. I got the code, the color code. I mean, it's a good approach to use the color codes instead of using the color names. So that's why I'm using the color codes instead. Background color is gonna be this one. Margin top 10 pixels. Alright, looks perfect. Okay, so now I have to create the container. I'm talking about this thin black line. This is my container that is containing two of the boxes. The first one is left panel and the second one is right content, the pink box. Okay, so I'm gonna target my container. Border is gonna be 1 pixel solid. It's not perfectly appeared yet. It looks like just a black underline right underneath the menu, navigation menu. Okay, so now I have to target the left panel. Left panel, then right content, okay, so let me get the color for this left panel. Color was, I guess, this one, the lighter tone. Copy, and first I'm gonna give it some height. Height is gonna be 400 pixels or so. How about 600 pixels? 600 pixels. What should I do now? I'm running out of space. Alright, so I'm gonna continue like this. Okay, so background color is gonna be this one. So now I have to adjust the width. Here you can see it has a little width. I mean, let's suppose it's 100%. I mean, this width is 100%, so it seems like it's 21% and it's 75%. Okay, so now let me go back and apply some width. %. Alright, looks perfect. Okay, so now I have to target the right content, and the color is gonna be this one, this pink color. How about this shade? It looks perfect. Width is gonna be 73 pixels, and background color is gonna be There's pink color, and the height is gonna be the same as the left panel, which is 600 pixels. Actually not 73 pixels, but 73%. Alright, so here comes the technical part. As you can see, the right content, the pink box is right underneath the left panel. So I would like to put my pink box side by side with left panel. So how I'm gonna do this? So I would like to use the float property. Make sure you have already seen you have already watched my float tutorial, so it's gonna be super easy for you. Otherwise the thing's gonna mess up. Alright, so now all I have to do is to use the float property. So this is how I'm gonna do this. As you know that the floated elements are taken out of the normal page flow, so I have to taken out this left panel as well as this pink box out of the normal page flow. So this is what I'm gonna do. So both of these boxes will be adjusted. For example, you are assuming that the left panel is at the right place, so you don't want to apply the float property to this, and you just want to apply the float property to this pink box. So this is not gonna work. Let me show you why. The right content, let's suppose you applied the float right property to this pink box. So here you can see what happened. It is floated right, but the left panel is still in the normal page flow, so the pink box do not have much room to go upside. So all I have to do is to apply the float property to this left panel as well. So it will also be taken out of the normal page flow, and the things will be perfect. Alright, so now I'm gonna apply the float property to left panel, and this time it's gonna be float left, and the things looks perfect now. There is one issue now. As you can see, the container has been shrinked. There you can see a little container border. So now I have to fix the container as well. Actually, I do not need to fix the container, but I have to fix the content, I mean the container, not the main page wrapper. This border I'm talking about, it is the main page wrappers border. So I am just talking about the container. The container has been shrinked because the containing elements are taken out of the normal page flow. So that's the reason the container has been shrunk. So all I have to do is to fix this issue. So how I'm gonna fix this? Let me show you. All I have to do is to write container, the pseudo element after content, display none, display block, and clear both. Now the things got back to normal and everything looks perfect now. So I should add some margin top to this container so it will look perfect. Okay, so I'm going back to my CSS. I'm going to target the container. I'm going to add up some margin top. It's going to be 10 pixels and it looks perfect. So now what else is remaining? The footer is remaining now. This is how the page looks like. Okay, so now I'm going back and I'm going to target my footer. I'm going to give it some height, and the height is going to be 100 pixels. Remember, after this video I will remove all of these margin. I'm not talking about margin but the borders, because these are not required. Okay, the height is this, and what was its color? The color was sea green, the darker sea green. I'm going back to W3 schools. This is sea green color. I'm going to select the darker tone. Background color is this. Some margin top, 10 pixels. This looks perfect now. And there is one issue now, and the issue is this: the margin between left and the left panel and the right pink box. It's a bigger margin. It should be same as the margin at the top. I made it 10 pixels. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna fix this. Width is 73 pixels. I'm gonna increase its width to 74 pixels. I think 74 pixels looks fine. So now I have to remove this thin black border. I'm going to target the container. I'm going to remove its border, and the things looks perfect now. Alright, so this was my first layout. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep on making some other video tutorials like this as well. So this was the most basic one, so I'll go from basic to advanced level. Alright then, see you, bye bye.